Hey, are you someone who struggles with procrastination? With the ability to focus for long stretches of time, to not only get started on something, but ultimately follow through and complete whatever that might be? Well, this video is for you. First and foremost, procrastination is a process that you run on the inside. You haven't been struck down by some nefarious force that's forcing you to procrastinate or to put things off. First thing I want to give to you to disrupt this pattern that you're running on the inside is you need to get clear on what it is that you want to accomplish. If you're procrastinating on something in particular, that's fine, but what I want you to do is to backwards engineer it. So you need to focus strongly on the end result and the end vision that you have by taking these actions. Because without an end state, you're not going to find the inner resource to follow things through. Make sense? Cool. Secondly, you're probably running a bit of overwhelm, and that's causing you to basically stop doing anything. You think about all the things that you need to do, and it just becomes too overwhelming. You just, do some of this, and you just don't do anything. Also not ideal. However, the reason why you might be doing this is more than likely due to a sense of overwhelm based on an intolerance for the ambiguity in the situation, in the how to do exactly what you need to do to get the result that you want. You don't know all the perfect steps, and you may be a bit of a perfectionist, and this may be why, or not. Might be making an assumption there. But you don't need to know every little perfect step in order to take some action. And if you just know if you don't know anything, seek out that understanding. The first step might not be actually taking action on that project. The first step might be finding out what steps you need to take. But action will put a stop to your procrastination. It sounds obvious, and I'm sure you're thinking that's not optimal. However, the fact that you don't know exactly which steps to take is why you're procrastinating. It starts with one step in the direction of that vision that we spoke about. So don't be too disheartened because you don't know every little thing in order to get started, and then you get overwhelmed. You start thinking, I want to get here, but I don't know how to do any of it, so I'm not going to do anything. That's not ideal. That's not going to get you to your goal. Focus on that goal. Okay. Now what kind of got me to thinking about this video was I've just had some time off from my day job, and I reread that book, Deep Work by Newport. It's an excellent book. It's all about deep extended focus and how to eliminate distraction from your life in order to get into it. I think it goes without saying in this day and age, I need to talk about eliminating distractions, because we live in an absolutely saturated world when it comes to distraction. You might be going to do something at your computer. You check your emails 100 times before you even get started. You look on every social media newsfeed that entire time before you get started. You look at all the different news pages that you subscribe to. He uses all these as an example in his book. What I'd invite you to do is do your best. And I don't know, you might be heavy on the social media, you might be heavy on something else, I don't know. But it's about basically eliminating that distraction. So if you've got a habit of if your phone's going off for a friend, you know, all your friends are in a group chat and it's going off all the time, put that on mute and put it in another room when you're working on something. You do have the ability to sit there for an extended amount of time, an hour, 2 hours, you know, take some breaks, whatever. But you do have the ability to not do something on your phone, to not look at something else on your computer. Just have those windows open. You might be interested as to the why exactly Cal Newport endorses this so heavily. And his argument is essentially that in this day and age and going forward, the quintessential characteristic of any employee, entrepreneur, anyone who wants to bear success in the world is they need to have the ability to extended focus. And in a world that is chipping away at that progressively, this will make you stand out in any endeavor. If you want to become a computer programmer, if you want to be a coder, if you want to be corporate world, honestly, even if you want to be on the job site, you're doing some kind of, you know, building, plumbing, trades, the fact that you can get stuck into a job and do it to completion will set you apart from 90% of, you know, 99% of the general population who is actually quite distracted. And, you know, we all do it, but it's about eliminating that distraction to the best of your ability. And it's within your control, so that's quite easy takeaway points. And start small, you know. I got the advice from someone many years ago. There's a timer app. It's literally a timer, but it's an old technique that I think it was a doctor, neuroscientist or something like that. He came up with this idea of what he called a Pomodoro timer. There's plenty of apps out there. Just get a Pomodoro timer. Maybe not on your phone, because I just said for you to get rid of your phone, but, you know, get it on your computer and just have that timer going. I think the traditional Pomodoro is 25 minutes. You can, you know, extend that out as you build up your ability to focus. The second piece of reference that I want to give to you is a book called The Shallows, with the subtitle, What the Internet is Doing to Our Brains, or What the Internet's Doing to Our Ability to Focus, or something like that. Now, The Shallows makes a strong case for the internet and the constant notifications, the constant easy access to new information, new stimulus is chipping away at our ability to extended focus. Again, if you can limit screen time other than if you're working on something, if you can find whatever works for you. But I think the easiest is don't open. When at my day job, it was very common I would flick between the inboxes in my Outlook. And I mean, I knew that, you know, there may or may not have been emails in there, but I did have other stuff to do, and it was just it's just a habit. You just need that sort of like additional stimulus to, I don't know what. And Cal Newport makes an argument for this as well. Even eliminate your email. When you're working on something, most of us do stuff on a computer these days, but it doesn't need to be that. Make sure you're eliminating emails, social media, news feeds, anything that's going to cause a ding and a buzzing on your phone. Get rid of them all. This will give you the ability to extended focus on that vision, take one step at a time, focus on the process, do what you need to do to get to where you want to be, and become that top 1% of people who not only has the ability to start something, but has the ability to follow through to the end. All right, if you like this, like and subscribe. Watch my other stuff. Thanks. Bye.